really at a point now. This is an inflection point. This is a biblical time period, in my opinion. We're approaching the Great Tribulation. And I don't think, Michael, people understand just how dire the plans are for humanity. Well, it's real simple. According to Yuval Noah Harari, we're basically an extinct species, and the transhumanists will take over. But you said something interesting today that I had not heard, and I want you to explain to people, if you would, give a little background on just the absolute astonishing events that are taking place with the new treaty that will basically do us all in my opinion. I think your opinion too.
So we're going to jump right into that. The W.H.O. treaty, the new pandemic treaty that is in final language. It's about to be signed early next year, we believe, by Joe Biden. And I interviewed treaty expert Dr. Francis Boyle, who's the author of the Bioweapons and Terrorism Treaty of 1989, signed into law by President Reagan. And he specifically told me that the language that's used in this treaty is designed to usurp any constitutional sovereignty. So the power of nations will be overthrown by this treaty, and the power of states will be overthrown. And the minute Joe Biden signs this treaty, and we'll talk about what's in it in a second here, it will bind the United States government to the conditions of this treaty, even if states attempt to resist it. So if a state like Texas or Florida said, no, we're not going to do it, then Joe Biden would very likely attempt to sanction or militarily overthrow the state government in order to force that state to achieve compliance with the new W.H.O. treaty. This treaty is, of course, underwritten by the CCP, Communist China. It's a communist, globalist takeover of the healthcare infrastructure. And the WHO could order you, no matter where you are in the United States or anywhere around the world, if a nation has signed on to this, they can order lockdowns, they can order vaccine mandates, even experimental so-called vaccines. They can order economic destruction, they can order quarantines. And this is the plan, and I'll wrap this up, turn it back over to you, Steve. But Dr. Boyle told me he believes that once this is signed, then the governments of the world will release their next biological weapon, which is being made by the Department of Defense through Ukrainian bioweapons labs and so on. They will release the next bioweapon, and then they will use the WHO treaty to destroy the remaining freedoms in the United States of America and have total lockdowns and total vaccine mandates. And then I know you and I want to talk about central bank digital currencies. They will not give you credit in your digital wallet unless you comply